This pandemic has affected our normal way of living, and various countries around the globe are in a race to look for a vaccine against the deadly COVID-19. This is The Hunt for a Vaccine, cross-examining the validity of Sputnik V. Good day, I am Gianna Antipatia.
And I am Siti Sharima Muhammad, and we are your speakers for today.
With the World Health Organization reporting 31,132,906 confirmed cases and 962,008 deaths globally, the novel coronavirus disease 2019, commonly known as COVID-19, is causing worldwide distress.
On August 11, 2020, Russia made headlines after Russian President Vladimir Putin announced the availability of a vaccine against the deadly disease, the first ever country to do so, by Reveal 2020. The vaccine Sputnik V is developed by the Gamaleya National Center of Epidemiology and Microbiology in Moscow, Russia.
However, criticisms arise after the vaccine was found to not reach the third clinical phase trial, and results on the earlier trials have not been published.
Vaccines save several lives every year. Vaccines work via preparing and setting up the body's regular defenses, the immune system, to perceive and ward off the infections and microscopic organisms they target. If the body is exposed to those disease-causing germs, the body is quickly prepared to pulverize them, preventing the disease.
In this vaccine race, Russia has confirmed the existence of a vaccine against COVID-19, the Sputnik V. However, despite numerous claims that it is effective, the Russian vaccine should not be accepted in the Philippines. First, the vaccine should not be accepted for it has not yet completed large trials. According to Alexei Chumakov, a researcher who works at an institute in Moscow, indicated that it is easy yet very difficult to properly test it and discover that it works. This proof shows that it may be easy to make vaccines, yet hardest when you test it, since it might cost numerous lives. Nevertheless, the first argument posits that there are many negative factors engaged with testing the Russian vaccine, which could prompt disappointment and pointless sacrifices of the individuals who relinquished themselves to test the Russian vaccine.
The second argument is that only a small percentage of clinical tests are successful. Factors that contribute to the failure of clinical trials may be due to lack of efficacy, failing of maintaining GMP or good manufacturing protocols, or failing to follow guidelines. This statement posits that the Russian vaccine is not credible enough due to the fact that it did not yet achieve the efficacy test and that it is in failing maintaining good manufacturing protocols. In addition, estimating the success rate of clinical trials is challenged by the access to reliable information on trial characteristics and outcomes.
Lastly, Sputnik V is not among the 6 vaccines listed by the World Health Organization or the WHO that have reached 3 clinical trials. This means that it is not yet reliable and may cause adverse effects when administered. Despite the positive claims of the Russian government regarding the efficacy of the vaccine, the World Health Organization lists Sputnik V as being in phase 1 of clinical trials.
However, despite health experts being wary of the validity of Sputnik V, Russian President Vladimir Putin confirmed that the vaccine passed all the required tests. He states that the Sputnik V has been enlisted for use and one of his daughters has just been vaccinated. President Putin also indicated that the vaccine is proven effective during tests and offers lasting immunity from the virus.
Additionally, a testimony from Ian Jones, a virology professor from the Reading University of the United Kingdom, affirmed that the vaccine developed by Gamaleya Research Institute of Epidemiology and Microbiology has sufficient background data on recombinant adenovirus-based vaccines. Thus, it is safe to assume that the vaccine is safe and efficient. With these grounds, it is evidently described that we agree that Sputnik V is efficient due to the fact that it is proven effective by President Putin and virologists.
But despite these positive claims, the mass distribution of the vaccine still remains questionable because, first, it did not fully undergo the complete clinical phase trials. Second, only a small percentage of clinical tests are successful. And third, the World Health Organization deemed that the vaccine to be only in the first phase of clinical trial. Daniel Salmon, the director of Institute for Vaccine Safety of Johns Hopkins University, says that it is a risk to test rush vaccines. Other experts, along with Dr. Salmon, expressed that Russia is making a risky stride by bouncing in front of alleged phase 3 tests, which may seem as though that the vaccine works on fake treatments and does not cause harm to the few people who acquired it.
Additionally, Russian researchers have pre-registered and completed the first and second phase of clinical trials in early August. However, no detailed results were disclosed. This prompted public health experts to show concern on the possible side effects that could be caused by the rushed vaccine. Also, without revealing trial data, the efficacy of the vaccine cannot be certain. Considering the fact that the COVID-19 vaccine is rushed and may cause harmful side effects to the people who acquire it indicates that the clinical trials are still insufficient. Thus, the vaccine should still undergo clinical phase trials to prove its validity and efficacy before prompting mass distribution and public use.
In conclusion, the widespread dissemination of the Russian vaccine, the Sputnik V in the Philippines, should be declined for it can pose harmful effects since it has not reached the third clinical phase trial. Limited clinical trials are successful and it is not recognized by the World Health Organization as a part of the 6 vaccines that has reached the third clinical phase trials.
Once again, I am Gianna Antipatia,
And I am Siti Sharima Muhammad.
discussing the hunt for a vaccine, cross-examining the validity of Sputnik V.